Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm going to be doing a review of Summertime Madness on the Xbox Series X and S. Now this game was released onto the Xbox Store on the 26th of January 2022. It's published by Sometimes You, who have kindly provided us this pre-release code, and it's developed by DP Games. Now this game is a single-player first-person puzzle game, and basically you play the role of a painter who makes a deal with the devil, and you have to find your way back to the real world after being cheated by the devil and trapped into one of his basically painting canvases. So it's described as a dreamlike journey into a surreal world of the artist's own creations, where the atmospheric gameplay provides mysteries to discover, puzzles to solve, and artistic landscapes to explore. And yeah, I really enjoy these type of games. I love these sort of puzzle, relaxing, no sort of combat walking simulator style games, but with the emphasis on the puzzle aspects. So basically the gameplay is around, you're on this island, and you go around the island and look for things, and as you progress and you interact with things start to change. And each of these new areas is sort of like a section of the game, like a level, and you solve the puzzles in each of these areas to progress. And yeah, it's really, really cool. Like, some of the puzzles can be a bit tricky, a bit confusing from the off, but it does take a bit of time to sort of look around, sort of explore the areas. The areas themselves are sort of, they aren't too big, apart from one section which I'll talk about in a bit. The rest of the puzzles are all pretty self-contained small puzzles, and they only take a few minutes to sort of work out sort of where you are and what you've got to do, basically. So the story itself, it's set in Prague in 1945, when Prague was under siege and ravaged by war. So you're a painter that lived there, you're isolated from the world. The worse the terrors of war became, and the more the artist obsessively painted sort of beautiful landscapes as a contrast to the evil he had witnessed. And then that obviously leads him to sort of doing the deal with the devil. Now, there are also collectibles in this game. So there are paintings to find, there are name carvings to find, there's like musical instruments to find, and then there's a few collectibles we have to collect. Butterflies and I'm trying to think of the word, they're like nightlight bugs, like little fireflies that you have to collect to get all the achievements. Now, a lot of the achievements are story based, you can get them just by playing through the game. There are a few that are linked to certain missable objectives. However, there is a sort of chapter select, so you can go back in at a later time once you've completed the game to wrap them up. And also there is an achievement for using the hint system. So like every time you use the hint system, it progresses your time and stuff like that on certain modes. And basically there's a mode for completing the game in a certain amount of time. Now, I got this achievement, I'm not gonna lie, there's a mode where it doesn't sort of progress the time unless you use the hint system, because I like to sort of take my time and stuff like that. And as long as you don't use you get like a little watch that tells the time to give you hints, you will be pretty good in that aspect. So it's not too difficult. Now, the gameplay itself varies in the things you do. Like I say, the majority of them are sort of flicking levers, walking around, trying to find things, basically trying to work out what you're trying to do in the game. And it can be quite tricky in some of the areas, but a lot of them they're just sort of exploring, trying to sort of find the right combination, the right way to do things, and sort of progressing through. But the game itself, it runs really well. It's got really gorgeous art style. I love the different sort of, they all look like different type of paintings, so it's got a really sort of popping sort of brightness on the first island you start on, like with the lush green grass and the bright blue skies, etc. Then it goes to the more sort of the darker sections. There's some weird sort of abstracty painting ones with all the stairs going up in different directions and stuff. I think it works really, really well. Now, it isn't all perfect. The section you're watching now on the screen, which is like the futuristic city, is, in my opinion, the worst part of the game. It's very, very long and very, very confusing, and if you don't know what you're doing, you could spend hours getting lost and running backwards and forwards to certain points. Whereas all the other sort of puzzles are much more, I felt, self-contained to sort of smaller areas. This one, you have to go back and forth across this like island city, but then you're also flipping time backwards and forwards, so it's like night time and then daytime, etc., to sort of unlock doors by flipping levers in a certain order at a certain sort of time of the day. But other than that, that is the only sort of puzzle that I didn't really enjoy. The rest of them, I thought they were all really well done. Simple enough that I didn't get too frustrated with them and still enjoyed it. But the game has some great creativity in the type of puzzles it has, as well as the really nice art style, really nice sort of atmospheric soundtrack. And I love how the main island sort of progresses and grows the more you do things. So like you start off and it's just an island, and this boat comes, and then you sort of create a lighthouse, and there's all sorts of other stuff, loads of secrets and sort of puzzles and sort of things to find if you go out of the beaten track and stuff like that, and you look around. So there's a lot of content in this game, and you're gonna get your money's worth out of it for the amount of time you'll get. Now, obviously, if you're just going in for the achievements, you could get all the achievements in less than 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half if you did use a guide. But I highly recommend just playing through the game, experience it, and then pick all the missables you've missed. Because some of them, like I say, I missed them, and unless you had a guide, I don't know how you would find them. But there are a couple of missable achievements in there. But you've got the level select, and you can literally, and it's not even just the level, you can sort of, it goes to certain sections of certain levels, which is fantastic as well. But the game itself, it's out right now on Xbox. Well, it's not out right now. It comes out on the 26th of the 1st, 2022. So if you're watching this, it may be out right now, or you may be watching it just before it comes out. But it's currently available for pre-order at £9.99 on the Xbox Store, which is a sale price. It's normally £2.50 more at £12.49. So if you think this is the sort of game you like, the walking simulator style puzzle games with like collectibles and stuff like that, I highly recommend grabbing it before it goes up to its full price. Now, like I say, because it is on the Xbox Series X and S, it does have optimizations for them, including 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. And there is also a Xbox One version. It's not smart delivery, unfortunately. However, for all you achievement hunters out there, it does mean stackable achievements. And it may end up coming to PC as well. I hope it does. Like I say, I would happily play this on PC to get another 1,000 gamer score, because it's quite a nice sort of relaxing game to play, not too challenging, and it's just one of the best puzzle games I've played so far this year for sort of achievements. So, like I say, make sure you pick the version you want. If you've not got an Xbox Series X and S, make sure you get the Xbox One version. But they're both coming out this month. It's by Sometimes You and developed by DP Games. And I highly, highly recommend it for any of you puzzle gaming fans out there. That's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.